again, so it should be fine.
Yeah, and I was actually planning to do this project, but like with mobile first approach, not with desktop first. Okay, so but we will see. Since you guys already have some parts implemented, maybe we'll just continue from here. So yeah, just to give you like an idea of the mobile first approach. So when we talk about responsive UI, so what do you guys understand by responsive UI? Like in your own words so far, how would you explain it?
So responsive is expected to work well on different dimensions, on different types of equipment, I mean, like mobile, iPad, tablet, web.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we want our UI to be mobile friendly. We want it to be basically, we want it to adjust to different screens, right? Because by now, I think there's probably thousands of different screen sizes, right? And people access your web applications through different types of devices. So we want to make sure that they get the best user experience, no matter what device they're using. So often when you guys talk, like if in an interview you talk about mobile first approach, about responsiveness, they may ask you about like mobile first approach. If you have, ever followed it, like, is this something that you practice when you're working on the UI? So what is mobile first approach? So basically mobile first approach is more like pattern of building your CSS. Okay, so when you are building your CSS file, first, like so far, we were building it for the desktop view, right? For like laptop screens, okay? And then we build separate block of code for tablets, right? And then we build one more like last block for mobile phones, right? So this is what you were doing so far in your classes probably. But when I say mobile first approach, it means that when you are building the UI, first you're building the mobile view as so like so far we were working with desktop view, right? And first we were like building the desktop view by default, right? But when you're following the mobile first approach, first you build the CSS for mobile screens, then for iPads, and then for desktop view. So why we sometimes need to follow a mobile first approach? So basically, according to Google statistics, the vast majority of users now access different web applications through their mobile phones. Okay, so like there is, I don't remember exactly what the percentage was, but it was definitely more than a half of users. So, I mean, of course, depending on what you're working on, right? Depending on your like customer, but there is a big chance that your application, especially if you're working in like, let's say e-commerce, right? So there is a big chance that your application will be accessed through a mobile device. So when you build your CSS file with mobile first approach, it means that your user who is accessing your web application through the mobile phone, they will the CSS will load faster for them. So like overall, the page load time will be much faster, because when, let's say you're accessing, I don't know, some web page on mobile, right? So what happens? First, your HTML page is loaded. That's the first thing. Second, your CSS file is being loaded. And when your CSS file is being loaded, first it loads the desktop view, right? Then the iPad view, then the mobile view, right? So this is what happens. And depending on complexity of your CSS file, it may take some time to load until the perfect, mobile view is loaded, right? So it can take some time. And again, according to Google statistics, the user is expecting to like load the page within 3 to 5 seconds. This is, 5 seconds is like the maximum that they're willing to wait until they swipe back to, I don't know, Google, and try a different page, right? So like, I think it was about 70 or 80% of users, they are expecting for your page to load within like 3 to 5 seconds. So if you don't fit into those 5 seconds, it means that you're losing a lion's share of your users. Okay, so like depending on what project you're working on. So if your project, if majority of your users are accessing your web page through a mobile phone, then there is a chance that you will be working on mobile first approach. It means that first, like your default CSS implementation will be for mobile devices first, and then you will be building through media queries a view for, let's say, iPads, and then for desktop view. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Any questions?
So I'm so sorry, I didn't heard. First we will do the mobile one for mobile phones, and then I'm so sorry for andere.
So yeah, I mean, that was my plan for today, but then your colleagues told me that you guys have already built the like HTML part, and for this sort of like header or whatever that is. So I don't know, like, do you guys want to try mobile first approach?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so why don't one of you then, do you guys have that HTML that you've built last night?
Yes, we have.
Okay, can somebody like, is it in Slack or?
Actually, I guess he sent it on Slack, or on chat. Let me check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry, I haven't checked the Slack channel for like a week. Okay, let's see. So last night was Manier's class or Mario's class?
Mario's class.
So did he share his code?
Yeah, I send it. Asel, I send it to the
Oh,
chat.
thank you so much.
He shared on Replit.
Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't know on REPL that we can build like HTML. Oh, yeah, cool. Okay, so let me copy whatever you guys have so far for HTML. So this is from our previous project, and you guys have it in Slack channel. So I'm just gonna get rid of it, okay? Okay, so let's see what we have so far. Where is that blue button coming from? Oh, that's from here. All right, cool. Good. So, so what we're gonna do is,
Oh, it looks like it's not full version, right? Is it? So yeah, maybe somebody else have a.
Second.
Oh, she just didn't implement the CSS, like CSS code.
yeah. So what we're gonna do is we are going to switch.
So you deleted CSS part, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So we're gonna switch to mobile view right away. So we will implement the whole thing for mobile view first. Okay. And then we will switch to like iPad and then desktop. And for desktop, I will ask just for your CSS file. All right. So let's see what we have here. So we have, let me just familiarize myself. So we have a div that is a container. Okay, so where is that? Okay. Nav bar. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Okay. So when I say mobile first, it means that first we will be building the CSS for the mobile screen. Okay. So that will be our default styling. So let me move that over here. Okay. Do you guys have like a background image thingy?
We don't have image, but we have like color, like gradient color, like it's going slide from black to the gray.
I think I have that one. Yeah, I have it here. Okay, so let me just move it to, oh, where is it? Okay, so it's this one. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the padding and margin. Okay, and also let's use box sizing border box right away. All right. Okay, so what do we do with that background image? Have you guys used the background image or just the background color?
Background color.
Okay. So let's set the background. Okay, so as far as I remember, okay, so it's not for the body, right? It's more like for this section right here. So let's see where that section is. Is it this one? Yeah.
I think the Jumbotron, like first one, I guess.
But looks like this.
No. Yeah, sorry. It's container, Jumbotron container. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Let's try this one. If it doesn't work, we can always change that. Okay, so for the Jumbotron container, we're gonna set our background. And let me show you something. So what we can do, you know how like last week you guys asked me about how do we like throw a little shade over the image. I think we've talked about it in one of the classes, like in general, that sometimes we need like a darker shade of like on top of the image, right? Have you guys tried it in any of the classes?
Opacity or
No, I'm talking about the linear gradient feature. So basically,
yeah,
have
you
you guys?
made, yeah, I have tried it.
Mm-hmm.
We
So
did
for
it yesterday.
what's that?
We did this yesterday.
Oh, okay. So okay. So if I up 1 second, is it loading? Okay, so if you do like a linear gradient and you pass two sort of parameters, right? So then it will go like from a darker shade to like a brighter shade. So it makes this little, let's say, I don't know, 5, makes this little transition from like darker to lighter shade from top to bottom. But, but if you also add a URL, so wait, am I still inside? Okay, let's get outside here. If you add a URL, so that will be sort of like a background image, right? So where is our background image? Okay, so it's in, So can you guys tell me, how do I set a path from a style CSS file to this one of those images? I'm not sure which one. Was it this one?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
I
So
think 2 dots,
Dot slash.
like 2 dots.
So is it 2 dots or dot slash?
No, it's 1 dot. Sorry, dot slash, sorry.
So if
Only
I
1
do
dot.
that, it means that I want to get out of my current repository, of my current folder. So right now, this is a CSS class folder, which is located inside, I don't know, CTEC folder, right? So right now I'm outside of this folder, right? And I'm looking at other folders that are, you can think of them as like siblings to my current folder, which is not what I want to do. I want to stay in the same folder, right? But I want to go inside the images folder. And I'm not sure which one of those. Let's try one of them. Oh, I think it was the other one. Okay. So, images and office. Okay. So what else do we need to do here? You guys already know, since you worked on it last night.
You mean what to do next with what?
With the background. So because right now it looks a little.
Background
No.
size, color.
Background size can be, should we do cover?
Please.
Okay. And position. Let's do center. Okay, good. So first off, let's. Okay, so what's this? Okay, so like this is what we have so far, right? This is the mobile view. And desktop view will be like that. Right? So let's stretch our mobile view all the way until like end of the viewport container. How do I stretch this container all the way down, all the way like so that it covers the viewport?
Viewport 100%.
It's gonna be height, right?
Height. And when we want to stretch something all the way for the viewport, we use VH, right? Which stands for viewport height. Oh, what's happening? Okay, good. So now let's imagine how do we usually see those menus? By the way, home, about, let me fix that. Let's say about us, locations, contacts, what else? Okay, so how do we want to see those menu icons? Usually, like when you enter, when you access a web page through a mobile phone, how do you usually see those menu icons?
Maybe vertically, not horizontally.
Yeah, definitely vertically. They're usually like stacked on top of each other, right? And this logo, we can make it like, we can center it. So let's do that. Do you guys have the styling for the logo? Is there any styling?
Actually, we used like Google
Fonts.
yes, Google Fonts, and we
Hmm.
used
Okay, let me just get the color. Okay, so it's this one. So for the logo, where's the logo? Okay, so there's a div with a class name navigation, inside which we have a span with a logo, and we have a nav menu. Okay, so let's say inside our div, inside our navigation div, we want to target our logo. And let's just increase the font size by, I don't know, 20 pixels. Where's the logo? Do you guys see? Okay. Let's do 50. And let's just do font weight bold. All right. Now, let's use like as much Flexbox as possible today. So how do I center this logo horizontally?
it's not margin left and 40 or 30% maybe.
So if I do margin left at 30%, then like when I stretch it, it will like stay here, right? That's okay for the desktop view, but for mobile view, I want it to be all the way in the center.
Text align center or
We can do
margin.
that, but imagine,
Also,
so how would you achieve the same result but with Flexbox? Let's think with like Flexbox.
Okay, so is it in the Flexbox? So justify content then, right?
Yeah.
Center, yeah.
So it means that I need to give display flex to which HTML element exactly?
Then Jumbotron container.
Okay, so if I do display flex, so if I just do display flex, is anything going to change on the UI?
No. We
maybe
need to
for
justify.
navigation.
So something is going to change though, right? You see? So why are they next to each other now?
Oh, is it?
So even if I show you like the desktop view, they'll stand next to each other.
There's a Flexbox.
So when you give display flex, what does it do to the container?
Oh, no. Oh, we need to use for another one, right? For the navbar then. For navigation, not the container.
We can, yeah, we can set for the
Yeah,
nav.
class navigation. Yeah, class navigation.
Okay, let's try. So you want to set display flex here, right? So is anything going to change by the navbar now?
Not yet. Oh,
Now,
okay, it changed.
so what's happening? Can somebody guess?
So yeah, how we are planning to place it? So is it gonna be fintech? It should be on the top or it's like on the left side?
We want fintech to be on the top, and this
In the
menu
middle?
be larger in the middle here somewhere. And
Oh,
fintech will
okay.
be in the middle.
Oh, okay. Oh, then we need to have the flex on the container, not here. Then I think.
I mean, we can work with even this one, but like, can you guys? Okay, so when you set display flex to a container, by default, display flex will try to place items in a row. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's
yeah. So yeah, we need to change the flex direction then to
exactly.
column. Okay.
Exactly. Nice. You guys have made such a huge progress since last week. I haven't seen you for just 7 days, and look at you now. You could teach me Flexbox by now.
You are
Good job.
missing everything what we are doing here.
Yeah,
And
you.
we miss you too. Should come some more often.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. But you are making huge progress. I'm so happy to see this. Good job, guys. Keep pushing, okay? Okay, so now display flex, but we changed the flex direction to column, right? So now if I look at my navigation, you guys can see that it's right here, there's this little icon that says flex. So it means that this is a flex container. And you see the two items there. Can you guys see like the little dotted line? I don't know if it's like large enough, but this purple dotted line, it's showing you the two items inside my flex container, right? So now we want to, so we can center them both, by the way. So how do I center them horizontally? Somebody already mentioned.
Define no. Or is it?
So yeah, we can try justify content center. Oh. Nope. So it means that
That
Line
align
item.
line
content or yeah, line item.
items. Okay. So how come it didn't work with justify content center?
Justify content work for row side or how to say? I want line items column. We can change
I mean,
columns.
I think justify content can work in this case, but it's gonna be making it so yeah, top or bottom. It's kind of it's going to it's going to align on the like a row, but now we have it vertical in a different way.
Okay, so let me show you something. So for this now, let's set the height of height of 100 each for now. Okay, let's get out of this view. No? Oh, okay. All right. So let's go back to our mobile view. So is justify content center working? No? Did something change here?
Yeah.
What has changed? So let me comment it out so you guys can see. So this is the normal view. right? This is like display flex direction column. If I do justify content center, so what has changed now? How is it centered?
Yes.
But
По
it's centered,
направлению колонн, ну, как column.
yeah, vertically, right? It is vertically, right? Okay, cool. So justify content center will center items vertically. Align items center will center items horizontally. Okay, so before that, when there was no height on the navbar, you guys didn't see the difference because how high is this this navigation bar container? How high is it?
One 182.
Yeah, but I mean like, so
Content.
the nav bar is as high as its content, right? So there is no space for the content to be centered. So it is technically centered. So it's the same as if so let's say my height is like 165 centimeters. So if you place me in a box of 165 centimeters and you tell me like, you should be vertically right in the middle of this box, right? But that's impossible because I'm stretched like all the way vertically. So like there's no place for me there's no wiggle room, right? So the same for this justify content center. So it is technically centering items, but it is centering them vertically. That's why if there is no height on the container, you can't really see the difference. But if this container was 100 VH, now you can see the difference, right? So it's like perfectly centered in the middle. And by the way, like if you want to center an item inside the div, justify content center and align item center is the easiest and like the most straightforward way to center something inside a div. Okay, so just remember that. So if you want to center something inside a div, so basically for the outer div, you need to set display flex and justify content center, align item center, and that will center everything perfectly. Okay? Any questions?
Но на самом деле по дефолту, если у нас просто display flex и мы не указали direction, значит мы используем justify content горизонтально, чтобы поставить в центре, правильно?
Даже если мы колумн не сделаем, то он отцентрирует их, но он отцентрирует их немножко по-другому, потому что он как бы будет смотреть больше на строчный вид, так? То есть здесь вертикально тоже он будет отцентрирован, и горизонтально тоже, но горизонтально здесь, видите, меньше пространства, но все равно он как бы контент будет отцентрирован внутри дива. Окей? Yeah, by the way, like feel free to switch to Russian if you guys are not sure how to ask your question. This is just an extra class, so it's more like chill. Okay. All right. Any questions about those two properties?
Sorry. As I understand, if you have height and then justify content center, so it will like center it vertically because there's height in it.
Yeah.
And if you add align item, so it's gonna be both centered and vertically and horizontally as well, yes?
Yes.
So what if we just delete the height and add justify content and align items, so it will like in the top in the center? Like
Yeah.
if the okay, like
Yeah.
if we delete the height.
Yeah. So okay, so that's what we're asking, right? Let's get rid of the height and see what happens. So right now,
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
so you see, like it is centered, but you
Mhm.
can't really see it. Like right now, it is kind of centered vertically, but because can you see where the box is ending?
Um,
Right.
box, yes, yes. Boxing is ending in the at
Yeah.
the top.
Yeah, so basically there is no vertical space to be divided between top and bottom, right? So you
Uh-huh.
can't really see that it's centered. So there is no really there's no point of centering something if the box is as high as its content. It's kind of redundant to do it, right?
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Horizontally, like see, even you can see like if you navigate on the right hand side, right now I'm hovering over the align item center, and you see that it's drawing this like perfectly centered line. So you can see that the items are indeed centered, right?
Okay. Excuse me. Now I'm just gonna give stupid question. I'm really sorry for this, but I really need to ask. So just for content center. So if we set up the width, not height, like width, and then use just the content, is it gonna work?
No, because justify
No?
content center will center items vertically, right?
Oh,
And
vertically only.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. I see, I see. Thank you very much.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, it's it's an extra class, so it's a good place to ask all of the questions that are, bothering you. Because sometimes like people are a little, sometimes like main classes can be busy because you need to cover a new topic and you also need to build the project. So it's a little, it can be also like a little crowded. I don't know how many people you guys have in this current cohort. But it's easy to get lost. So during extra classes, like ask all the questions, okay? So it's a good, good space to address everything.
Okay, thank you. So because of some situation, I had I like behind, so and I couldn't attend the first basically first week, and so that's why I'm just losing myself a little bit. But I will watch recordings, and I think everything will work. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Try to rewatch the classes. Try not to leave it. Don't wait for too long, because next week you guys have like a whole bunch of new topics, and your knowledge is sort of like it's layering like 1 week on top of another on top of another. So it's good to have a solid base. Okay, so if you missed the first week, it would be a good idea to try to watch it as soon as possible. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, where were we? So we want to, we wanted to center it. Okay, so let me return to the original one. So we don't need this for now. Okay, so we wanted to center those items horizontally. Now, let's work on this navbar here, because of course, like when it's desktop view, there is like a lot of space, so we can kind of stretch the navbar, right? But usually, and somebody already mentioned it, so when you are accessing a web page on your phone, usually the navbar is like a bunch of buttons right below the logo, right? So let's do that now. By the way, maybe it's not the worst idea. Let me show you one more thing. So if I set a height to the navbar, that's the number, right? So if I set height of, I don't know, what should we do? Like 70 pH. No, that's too much. So how tall do we want it to be? So like maybe until here somewhere. So let's say 40. Right? 30 maybe. Let's do 30. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to stretch those two items. So we have a logo and we have, let me switch to like another view so it's a bit more convenient for you guys. So let's look at this in this way, okay? So we want this nav bar. Actually, let's do 40. We want this nav bar items to be stretched vertically, okay? So one way to do it is, like we already discussed, would be to do align items center, right? Do you guys know any other align items properties?
Align content.
So there can be a baseline. So that would be like a very beginning, right? I think there's also align items end. So that will move it to the end of the container, basically to the right-hand side. Also, so if center, so how about justify content? So there are three properties that are very handy. So you can do space around. Do you guys know what space around is?
So it's gonna like it will be centered like in the center of the box, like it will leave space around, no?
Yeah. So basically, what's gonna happen is if you do justify content space around, it will take all of the available horizontal space, in this case horizontal, right? Because flex properties also depend on whether it's row or column. But in this case, like it will take all of the available space in the column, right? And it will divide it between the elements. So space around means that it will take space between those elements and it will divide them. Do you guys see like the purple dotted space between the elements?
Yeah.
So it will give like some margin to one element, some margin to another element, right? So sometimes you don't want to deal with like pixels and EMs. So sometimes you just, especially when you guys are working on like homework projects, sometimes you just want it to look, nice and evenly divided and vertically, horizontally. So if you do like space around, it means that it will take available margin space and it will divide it between sort of the elements, okay? So how about space between? You see, now it took all of the available margin space and it placed them between the elements, okay? So that's space between. And there's also space evenly. So do you guys feel the difference between space around and space evenly?
Yes.
What's the difference?
So space around is gonna take all available horizontal spaces, but space between is gonna only take the space between the boxes.
Yeah, so basically, if it's spaced evenly, it will divide space in three equal sort of amounts, and it will divide them between elements and around elements, right? But if it's spaced around, there will be a bit more space between the elements. You see? Do you see? Like on the sides, it's a little less, but on between the elements, it's a little bit more. So like it takes space around elements, so it calculates the space between those two items as well. But evenly, we'll ignore this double margin here, and it will divide them like evenly here, here, and here, okay? So those are three properties that can be very helpful when you guys are working with Flexbox, okay? So which one do we want to use? Probably space around looks good, right? Let's stick with that one and see how it goes. Okay, so now let's work with the navbar. So we have, what is it? Navigation menu. Navigation menu, inside which we have UL. Okay, so do we want to do anything with the UL?
Maybe to delete the dots, like round dots, and so we can like display something non to
With
this style
that?
non. Yes, yes, yes.
Also, when you're working with UL or LI, always remember that they have their own built-in padding, right? That sometimes like is a little annoying. Margin, I think it can stay, it's fine. So how about those list items?
To delete the underline, like.
How do I do that?
Text
Actually,
decoration. None.
So
the
is it
decoration.
list item?
9.
That's
Oh
decorate.
no, sorry.
Oh,
We have to do it for link.
yeah, for the anchor tag, right? Okay.
Maybe
Good.
color.
Let's do color white. And how about padding 10 pixels, 20 pixels. And for the background color, let's set it to this nice green color. Oh, sorry, that was supposed to be for the list item. So navigation menu, ULI. All right. So let's create a bit of a breathing room. With the margin bottom, 5 pixels. Okay. I feel like they should be a little bit wider though. Or is it okay? Does that look okay, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
We did like 20 to 10 to 30. How would that look? Up. Pixels. Okay. Yeah. And cursor pointer. Good. Okay. So let's take care of the rest. So how is that supposed to look? Okay, so we have some text here and we have inputs. So let's see, where is that text now? We have a div and then one more div and then one more div. Okay. So let's work with Jumbotron call to action first. So for this container, I think it would be a good idea to add some padding. Maybe 10 pixels. Okay. Now with this action description, okay. I think we're fine. We just need to change the color to white. And I think we're fine. That I think the text can just stay as it is, right? Okay. So how about this form here? What it should
Input types. I think input types like need to be in column, like display flags column,
okay. Okay. So
like to make column. Yes.
So this div that is wrapping those inputs right? So if I set it to display flex, it will place those items in a row, right?
Like flex direction column maybe.
Okay, flex direction column. Looks good. Okay. So now let's make sure that those inputs also look a bit prettier. So Jumbotron call to action form and then input. So for all of the inputs, let's add some padding. I don't know, is 10 pixels too much? No, it looks good. Okay. Now, actually, let's do 5. Okay, better. What else?
Maybe to have some space between the inputs, or it's okay.
Yeah, let's do that with display flex properties.
Personally, I did margin bottom and 15 pixels in input.
Okay.
Yes, in input.
Yeah. How about 10?
Okay, okay.
How about 5? Okay, good. Now, what do we do with this? Do you guys know how to change the color of
Placeholder?
yeah, placeholder?
It's placeholder color? No. How to change?
So you select the placeholder and then you can set the color to, let's use the same green color. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Okay, cool. How do I get rid of this blue border inside the input?
It's gonna be in input, yes, like to make changes in input.
I think yeah, border 9 maybe.
Okay, let's try. Border 9. Still here.
It's not border. What can be? What it can be?
Yeah, it's a very specific property that belongs to input only, I think. So if I remember it correctly,
It's impedance. It's not impedance.
I think it's out.
Okay.
I think it's outlined. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
And for this button, so okay, so if let's see what kind of inputs we have. Type email. Oh, and then we have a button. Okay. So let's do button. What should we do with it? Let's add some padding. Does it? Yeah, it needs some padding. Say 5 pixels. 10 pixels. Okay. Do we need to do anything? Should we change the background color to this color? And color to white. Okay. And border none. Okay. So I am a little concerned about this. What if I set it min height? Okay, better. Do you guys think the inputs are too wide? Should we make them a little smaller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe bigger.
You mean higher?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so how about okay. I feel like the button now is a little, let's also do 10 and 20. All right. So this would be the view for the mobile, phone, right? Okay, now we have these 3 boxes right here. So we want to add them as well. But in the desktop view, they are placed horizontally, right? But I think in the mobile view, they should be also like stacked on top of each other. What do you guys think?
Excuse me?
So in the desktop view, those 3 boxes, they're in line, right? But I think in the mobile view, they should just be stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, like you mean like in column view, yes?
So let's continue right here. So I'm gonna add another div. Let's give it a class name of, what should it be like? About us.
Excuse me. When
Yes.
we have certain styles for desktop, how we will change it for mobile phone? Should we make another folder and make media and screen and so on? And then change everything in this part of code?
So since we started with the mobile view, so then we will add media queries and add like iPad view and desktop view. But if you started with the desktop view, So you mean in your project specifically, right? The one from last night?
Yeah.
Then, yeah, that's a good question. So maybe like today's project, just keep it in a separate folder. And then as a exercise, if you want, you can convert your desktop view into mobile view.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
is that okay? Okay. So in About Us section, we have two, let's say, articles. Have you guys covered, did you guys have a class on like semantic elements? Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
hold on. I think it was, sorry, because I don't want to go into semantic elements if you guys haven't covered them. 1 second, let me check. Because in the curriculum, it doesn't say that you did though.
We made it in small groups.
Semantic elements?
Yeah. For the second section.
Where is the class on semantic elements?
It was like first week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's right here. Okay, cool. So we can actually use like article and stuff like that. So can you guys tell me why do we need semantic elements? Hmm?
In order to visualize the page, the site.
So when you say visualize, what do you mean?
I mean, like place it like a site. It can be a site, yes, placing divs,
Mhm.
and like to place it next to each other, or like I think all the thing that is connect like related to the placing is semantic, I guess.
It
Mm.
would be easy to understand for another developer.
Also helps like the search engines
Exactly.
to place your website in the order.
Yeah, exactly. So basically what happened with semantic elements, you know, HTML as a markup language, it doesn't get updated that much, right? So there were like 5 major revisions of HTML. Like if you compare it to JavaScript, for example, JavaScript is being updated like almost every year. There's something new being added to JavaScript, right? So right now we're like in JavaScript 17 or something, like the latest version. Some people call it 17, some people say just 2023. But yeah, basically like JavaScript is being updated because there's like new methods. It's not like a major update, but little bits that are being added to the language, right? Like small new syntaxes or small new, you know, extra like methods that we can use to make our life easier. But HTML doesn't get updated that much. So when HTML is being updated, it's worth to pay really close attention to the updates because it means that it's, you know, it is really like important. So basically why with HTML5, we were introduced with a whole bunch of new semantic elements because semantic elements, they existed before, right? They were there in older versions of HTML. So for example, we had a button from like probably the very beginning, or we had like OLUL, which, you know, you can argue that it is also kind of semantic element. But the majority of semantic elements, they were introduced with HTML5. So for example, the article, the aside, the navbar. So these elements, they were introduced in order to make HTML more accessible. So for example, if people are parsing your page with the help of like a screen reader, so a person who doesn't so screen reader will read the elements out loud, right? So if the person doesn't know what a div is, it's not very clear for them what it is. But if they hear that this is a header, this is a footer, this is an article, this is like another section, or this is a side. So it's a bit more clear for the user when they're using your web page with the help of the screen reader. So basically, then Google decided to also make sure that all the HTML pages, they use as many semantic elements as possible. So it is also important for, when people are searching for, let's say you own a printing business, right? So let's say people look up printing shops in Chicago. And if your landing page is using many like appropriate, you shouldn't just mindlessly use them, but like appropriately using semantic elements, Google will think that, okay, so this page is like of a higher quality than other pages who are not using semantic elements, right? So that's why it will place your web page, let's say, on the first page of the search results. And the reality is, if you don't show up with your business on the first page of Google, most likely you will lose 90 or maybe even more, like over 90% of your visitors. So in order to comply with the standards of search engines such as Google, there is a whole bunch of SEO, so search engine optimization techniques. And one of them is using semantic elements, right? So it's like there are two benefits to it. Well, three. First, it's good for SEO, so that your page is ranked higher than other pages that do not use semantic elements. Second, it makes your page more accessible, which is also very important. You want to consider all types of users, right, with different types of needs. And third, it also makes your code more readable, right, to yourself and to other developers. So try to use, like, here we actually missed this opportunity here in some sections, but like try to use as many semantic elements as possible where it is appropriate. Okay. So let me just add one more. Oh, we have a button here. Vision and mission. And another paragraph. And the button. Okay, and then we have the same button. Right here. Oh, should it be inside the article? Yes. Okay, cool. So now we have the section. Okay, so I think here it would make sense to just center them so that there is like some breathing room on the sides here, and maybe add some margin. But other than that, this section should be fine, and we will work more on that once we get to the desktop view. Okay. So where is that section located? So about us section. Up. And then let's just do article. Oh, first of all, let's give some padding to the about us section. So how about oh, false. Okay, and what else? Is there anything? Oh, okay. So for the buttons, section button, background color, background color, white, some padding. Let's get rid of the. Oh, actually, we already styled similar button, right? Should we just add this one? Okay, cool. Okay. Now, yeah, this is gonna be fun. So I think in the mobile view, this text will remain the same, but this section should be below the text, right? And let's try to style this section with Flexbox. Before we do that, do you guys want to have a break?
Yes, please.
Yes, that would be great.
Okay. So how about this? Let's have one break today, since we're already past almost half of the class. How about this? We have one break, but for 15 minutes. Would that be okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do a 15-minute break and then come back and finish this project. And then, so first we will finish it for the mobile view, and then we will make sure that it also works for iPad and desktop. Okay? Cool. See you guys in 15.
Excuse me, Celia.
Uh-huh.
Could you please send this code to us, because like
Sure.
we would like play around with it and something like
Sure.
this.
Yeah. So do you just want the about us section, right? Since this is the new one, or the whole thing?
Um, not full idea, only about us and the CSS,
Okay. Sure,
please.
no problem. Okay. I'll share it just here in the chat. Oh, it's too long. Okay. I'll send it in Slack then. Yep. Okay, and the CSS. I will also share the whole folder with you guys in a zip file. And then you will have access to like all of the images and stuff, okay? Oh, I think there was one more image though. Yeah, right here. Okay, we'll fix it. All right, have a good break, guys. Get yourself some coffee, and I will see you guys in 15 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I forgot to set the timer, so I hope 15 minutes passed. Did anyone try to set the timer? Okay. Are you guys back with me?
Yes, we are here.
Okay, Aybek is here. How about others?
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, good to know. Aizada, how about you? Janar, Kai?
I'm here.
Nice. Okay. So, yeah, let's fix this image thingy. So looks like, okay, so looks like after this one, yeah, I forgot that we have an image. Okay, so how do I navigate to the image that is in my images folder again? Let's remember the relative path. And I want to hear from Aizada. How do I set the relative path from index.html to this images folder to this business meeting image?
We need to do URL in
No, I
the
already have the
brackets.
image here. So I just need to set the path.
In the brackets.
Okay. So when you say brackets, what do you mean? Like square brackets or?
No, not square.
So in quotation marks, right? So here's where I want to show the relative path. Did you mean parentheses?
Oh yeah, yes.
We don't need parentheses because it's just an image tag.
Mhm.
So I just need to show the
Should we
path.
do dot slash?
And it's already suggesting here. So
Yeah.
images, right? Okay, and I think it's the first one. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now let's use the width property for the image. And let's set a width to, I wonder if we can set it in percentage here. So what if I do like 70%? Is it gonna work? Yeah, okay. I think 70 is fine, right? Okay, cool. Now let's work on this section right here. So what I'm gonna do, let's see, we have about us section, right? Okay, let's hide it. And let's add another div with our services class name. Okay. Yeah, and there's just a bunch of text. So something like H4 that says what we can do for you. And some paragraph with, I don't know, bunch of, okay. And a bunch of icons. So we're gonna have another div that will say icons wrapper. Okay. And inside the div, we're gonna place our icons. And let's just copy those elements. So this is like an SVG. yeah. Should we just copy them?
Yeah,
Or should we, do you guys want to use icons 8? Or we can just copy those?
icon 8 is a website or
Yeah, so when you need like an icon, I think icons 8 is a huge library, so it has probably any icon that you want. So we can just look up something here. So let's say we need iOS. So you can just search for iOS. Up. Logo. Wait, why it's not searching? Oh, okay. So we need up iOS. Wait,
Apple maybe.
is it Apple? Wait, how come the search is not working? So let's do Apple. Oh, okay, there we go. How about this one?
Looks cool.
So here, what you can do, oh, can we change the background color? Well, actually the background should stay white though, right? Okay, padding, position, rotation, cool. So what we can do is we can download it in like different format. And we can choose the size right away. So I think 50 by 50 is fine. Should we do like 100? Let's do
Could we
both.
change? Maybe could we change? Maybe 70 or
Yeah, we can do custom size. Do you want to do 70 by 70?
maybe 50 seems like too small.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do 70 by 70.
Yep.
I wonder what will happen if we do SVG though. Can we do SVG? Favicon link. Okay, let's try PNG 70 by 70 and we can download it to CTEX folder, CSS class. Oh, actually, let's create one more folder here for icons. Okay, so we're gonna store it in the icons folder. Save. Okay, let's find the other ones right away. So we need Android up. Android. How about this one? So we are sticking with the 70 by 70 size then. Okay, download. Save. Oh, this one looks very similar to this one, right? Yeah. So let's use that 70 by 70. Okay, and then we have some kind of like chart, or maybe like data chart. Let's try data chart. No. How about just data? Let's just use something, it doesn't have to be like exactly the same, but maybe something like this. Something like this. Yeah. So we're looking at 70 by 70 custom size. All right. Okay, let's see what they are supposed to look like. So we're gonna place them in a box. So basically, this, by the way, this one, the our services box is supposed to have a background color of black or white. Okay, and let's make sure that it has the same padding as the other section too. Okay, cool. And now, in the icons wrapper, so what actually these are PNG, right? Okay, so how do we use them? Do we set the image? Is it there?
Could we change the color?
Okay,
Yeah.
but okay, it's here. Oh, it
Color
was black.
black.
The icons are black, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if we don't set the background color to black? Because I don't want to like spend time downloading other icons. So let's see what they look like. Yeah, let's just stick with white then. Maybe we can do like grayish color later. So we have one image. Let's add 3 more. So icons, Apple, icons, bar chart, and database. Okay. So how do I place them in this way? Any ideas?
Maybe.
box.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So what exactly needs to be done?
Column. Display direction column.
Hmm?
Display direction column model or
Okay, so I'm just gonna give some borders so that we can clearly see the images. Can we? I wonder if like the padding thingy will work. Probably not. Oh, it is working. Okay, so how about 8 pixels padding? Okay, that's better. So let's say this is your task. So you have 4 images and you want them to be placed in a box like that. So how would you implement it?
desktop or mobile.
So even like for mobile, so we want a box on the bottom of this paragraph, right? And we want 2 items here and 2 items on the next row.
Mm, we need to give some widths maybe, or
Like this display is flex and flex wrap, maybe. Sorry.
So display flex and what?
Flex wrap, sorry.
Okay. So yeah, we can wrap them. Or, you know, I think it would be even easier to divide those images. So like 2 images placed in one div, right? And give it a class name of row. And let's see, these 2 images we're gonna place in another div and also give it a class name of row.
And then give flex direction column.
Yeah, so basically,
Okay.
I'm thinking what we can do is to the icons wrapper. So icons wrapper, we can give display flex. Actually, we don't even need to do that probably. We can just give a width. So in our case, that would be what? Yeah, because right now, well, actually that already looks good. So
okay.
let's give it a width of I don't know, like 70%. Okay, so right now the icons wrapper, where is it? Is this wide? Okay. So we want those images in a row. We want them to be like a little bit.
I think in that case we will need to like change the width of every item, like every icon, if you want to make it wider, or we can.
Let's think about it. So what we can do is to the row, we can give display flex and line items. Well, we don't want them in the center. Just circumference center. Okay, and do we want them in the center? Maybe space around? Or space evenly? Right? And so where's that box? Icons wrapper. Let's also set the height. Well, not the height, maybe like padding. So for the top and bottom, we want, let's say 10 pixels and 0 from the sides. Okay. And how about we give it a little bit of border or maybe like background color? Is this gonna look ugly? Yeah, that looks kind of ugly. Okay. And for the rows, you can also give them margin bottom, just a little bit, maybe 3 pixels. What do you guys think? Should we leave it as it is?
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good for me.
Okay. How do I center this whole box horizontally? This whole green box.
Align center. Or this
Margin.
auto.
Mm-hmm. Margin. Oh, not the images though. To the wrapper. Up. Margin. Up. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Oh, this one. So this is like the process bar. So let's draw that with CSS. So next section is gonna be, let's collapse this one. So another div that says, let's give it a class name of our process, right? And then there's like H4 that says up our process. Okay. So let's say you need to draw this line with the dots using CSS. How do you think we can approach it?
Line maybe with HR
Okay.
or border.
Mm-hmm.
And this circle things we can do with background color and then border radius.
Okay, but what kind of element would that be?
Could we do this span or
Hmm?
span?
Yeah,
Or,
it can be a span, it can be a div. So, okay, yeah. So let's see. Should we do another div that says, let's give it a class name of process bar wrapper. Okay. So inside that div, so we can use BR, but I think we can, if we just use a div, empty div, and let's give it a class name of like bar, that will be probably easier to style, because I'm not sure if we can even control, the width of BR, to be honest. So yeah, so we have like a div with a bar inside which we can have 3 divs with a class name circle, and then we can style them. So right now, of course, there's nothing there, but if we grab that process bar wrapper, inside which we have our div with a class name bar. So what we can do is we can give it a height, right? We can give it a height of, I don't know, 3 pixels up. And we can give it a background color, you know, and then you see it's right here. Hold on, let's give. Okay, so can you guys see? There's this line. So we can give it a width of, let's say, I don't know, 90%, right? And margin auto. Okay, so this is how we can draw a line. And now we need to style those 3 divs. Okay, so how do I turn these divs into circles? I think we briefly talked about it before. In some other class.
Maybe width and height,
Mm-hmm.
and
Like
background color.
radius, it was like something radius, border
Yeah,
radius.
and then border radius
Mm-hmm.
50%.
Okay. Yeah, so we can give it a height. Let's say 10 pixels, right? Width 10 pixels. So if you want something to be like a circular shape, so you need to make sure that their width and height are the same. And then you can give a border radius of 50%, right? So that will make it in a circle. And let's also give a background color of black.
Excuse me, why is it like in bar? It's supposed to be circle, maybe?
Oh, right. Thank you so much. So bar, circle.
Ah,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you guys see the 3 dots here?
yes.
Yeah,
So now that I have 3 dots, how do I place them like they did here?
with position.
Uh-huh. Okay,
Sorry?
continue.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for parent we have to use position relative.
Exactly.
It's a
So
line. So yeah,
the
process bar, wrapper bar.
Mhm. So position relative.
And then for each circle we have to give top, bottom, or top, or left, or top and left, or
Mm-hmm.
top and right.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So okay, so now you guys can see that all of the circles are kind of right here, right? So now we need to make sure that we can place them like basically around the So let's do circle first, second, third. Okay, so circle first. Where should we place the first one?
Top, maybe minus something, -5 maybe. Will it work?
So where is our? Oh, sorry. No, still there. How about left? Like 10 pixels. Did we give it? Yeah, we gave position absolute. Oh, right. I was not applying the, sorry. Okay, now let's try. Okay, at least it's
Yeah.
moving. So that's the
Okay.
first row. Let's move them horizontally first, and then we can move them vertically, okay?
Okay.
So second one,
Maybe 50%. Could we use percentage? Or
yeah, absolutely.
mm,
And the last one?
last one, maybe left, right, or right, 10 pixels.
Makes sense. Cool, okay. So how about, so they're kind of below the line, right?
Yeah.
What should we do about it?
Maybe we will do.
Margin
Yeah.
is not gonna work. Like margin bottom. Okay, sorry, no, okay, doesn't-
Can we use minus numbers?
Yeah, of
And
course.
top minus 5, maybe.
Okay,
No.
maybe minus like 4.
Yeah. Yeah, looks good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Could we make circles bigger?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do, should we do 15?
Yeah.
Okay, now we need to, so how about 5? Okay, 7? No. 6? Perfect. Okay, looks nice. Okay, good. Now let's switch to, so this is sort of like a mobile view, right? Now let's switch to, so around like 700, it's going to be the,
iPad.
yeah, iPad view. So how do what's the syntax? Do you guys remember what's the syntax for media?
Media and screen. Сколько?
Mhm.
I think it was min width or max width. I'm not sure. When we make on desktop
Mhm.
mobile, we use max width. Am I
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
When we make mobile phone first,
Mhm.
then we use min width.
Yep, exactly. So let's try with min width. Of, should we start at 700 pixels?
Yeah.
Do I have a syntactical error here? Why is it complaining?
And
Yeah, I forgot the syntax. Okay, let's try with end. Okay, now what do we want our UI to look like when it's reaching the tablet view? What's wrong with the top here? What's wrong with the top here? Okay, let's do 10 pixels, 0. Oh, not here.
Maybe because of min height.
No, it's still supposed, okay, better. How about 20? Okay. So for the nav bar, where is it? Which one is that? Okay, so for navigation, also let's add some padding or some margin. Top, about 20 pixels. Okay, cool. Better. Now, so for the tablet view, I think we can switch more like closer to the desktop view. So we want these menu items to be probably on the side, right? So let's move our logo to the left-hand side and navbar to the right-hand side. How do I do that?
We have to change flex direction.
So right now, our navbar has a flex direction column, right? So what we can do is we can try switching flex direction. So is it navbar or navigation?
I think to navigation.
Flex direction, row, up. Okay, what else? How about those list items here?
Yes, we can give navigation menu flex. Flex.
Okay, display flex. Is it navigation menu? Oh, okay. So why it's not working, guys? So I gave display flex to navigation menu. This part.
But yeah, but navigation menu has display column or
No, it's row by default.
I think because
we have to give all.
it's a because flex item.
Because what?
So flex item.
What about it?
I mean, so the parent so tag and this child one you said display flex. So can we do that? The boss one?
Flex item. So right now, navbar is a flex item, right? It can still be display flex on its own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's not the issue.
I think we have to give display flex for list all.
Yeah, exactly. Because even though we gave display flex to the navbar, the navbar has one item inside. It's a UL, right? So it's not really like moving anywhere because it's just one item. So what we need to do is we need to give a UL display flex. Now we're talking. Okay, cool. So Okay. Do we want to give them some,
We have height or what is that? So big spaces
which spaces?
above.
Yeah, it's a height. We
Mm.
can give less height. So that, because our navigation menu has a height of 40 VH. So now we can change that. And we can do 20. Okay, cool. I still feel like in the iPad view, maybe there's a little bit less room than here. So maybe, do you think we should move logo to the up and navbar to the bottom? Or should they stay in the same line? What do you guys think?
Maybe we can make less margins, or what is that, paddings in list?
We can check that. So right now our list item has a padding of 10 pixels and 30 pixels. So what we can do, we can have padding 10 pixels and 15. Better?
Yeah.
And okay, so now that our UL is display flex, right? So can we use flex gap property? Or was it just gap?
I think it's just gap.
So like 5 pixels. But do we use it on the container? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. So gap in flex is sort of like margin. All right. Yeah, I think it looks okay, right? We can keep it this way. So how about this part? What do we want to do here?
Yeah, so what about the height? It's still on top, we have a lot of empty space.
Yeah, you think it's too much? Okay, we can make it less. Let's see where that comes from.
Maybe top.
Yeah, looks like it's coming from, part of it is coming from the navigation.
Maybe not 20, but less height, maybe not 20. View height.
Let's see. Yeah, because I just added margin top when we switched to, is it better now? Or should I do even less than that?
And you can try to change the height for the navigation. Yes.
Okay. Oh, you mean, so like not 20?
Yeah, maybe 10,
Okay.
just to see what it is.
Do you prefer this height?
Yeah, I like this one, but I don't know. Yeah. What others?
Okay. Yeah, let's keep it this way then. Okay, so how about this part right here?
We can do text align center or margin out, maybe, or width. I don't know.
I think this whole section, I think it's centered vertically in its own container. Yeah. So let's try to do that. So let's see. I'm gonna collapse this menu. So this one is call to action, right? Let's see, there's a div and a form. So this one is Jumbotron call to action. Right? So if we give display flex and flex direction column, it's not going to change anything for like for the positioning.
Justify content, no?
Hmm?
I think we need to use justify content or a line item.
Okay, yeah. So hold on. So this one is display flex now, right? So we can give it some height in order to send, so we can like center it properly. What should be the height now? Should we do 60 VH? I don't see the height though. Okay, better. And now, if I do, should we just center it? And align item center. Should we just center the whole thing?
I think align item should be a start, right?
Hmm?
Yeah, we wanted to have these inputs on the left side.
On the left-hand side. We don't want them in the center, right? Okay.
Better.
Let's see. So we have this Jumbotron call to action description in the form. So if we in Jumbotron call to action form, should we, oh, by the way, before I do that, okay, so if I comment this out, now it's not centered vertically, right? And it is centered horizontally though. Okay, but we don't want horizontally, we just want vertically, right? Is that what you guys are saying? Okay, cool. And we also want to set a width to, I don't know, 30, maybe 40%. Is it too little, guys? Should we do
Yeah.
it? Yeah, how about 60? Better?
It's good for input, but
Yeah.
not for the header and paragraph.
So do you guys want it to be like stretched all the way?
Not stretched, but so aligned on the left side only.
Um,
Yeah, like this.
you mean like you want some breathing room on the left-hand side?
Oh yeah, that wouldn't hurt. Yeah. That would.
Uh-huh. Okay, and I think we have too much text here, right? I think they have like one sentence there, so let's keep it this way. And let's also give it a margin. Left, 20 pixels. No, how about 60? Okay. What do you guys think?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, cool. So this is our tablet view, right? So how about, I think these articles, they should probably remain the same. Do you guys want to make the image a bit wider though?
It looks good.
Okay. Okay, cool. So this remains the same. So how about these icons? Should we place them next to the text now? Like they did here?
Yeah, I think yes, because it's stretched.
Okay. So where is that? Was it about us or our services? I think
Our
it's,
services.
yeah. So our services. So for this div, we want to give it. So we have
Okay.
H4 and we have a div. Okay, so let me show you.
We will do one more div.
Yeah, because yeah, that's a good idea because if I give it a display flex right now, so it will place this and this and this in like one row, right? But we want this thingy to be in the same div, right? Okay.
Maybe this, or both of them, 50%.
So yeah, so this left-hand side looks a little too wide, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Or
That-
maybe 60 on 40.
okay, so our services vertical. Let's give it a width. Let's try 50. No, how about 60?
Maybe 70.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Is it fine?
Maybe 80.
Okay. Better.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay. So I feel like our process is kind of stuck in there. Where is that located? So our process, let's give it some padding. I didn't notice that it was stuck, but okay, so for our process, oh. So let's give it some padding, 10 pixels maybe. Okay, cool. Good. So are we happy with our tablet view now?
What about the name, our process? H3 or what?
Do you
Do
still
we
want
need some space? Yeah,
to left? Okay.
a bit.
So our process H4, let's give some padding, 20 pixels maybe. More? Should we do 30?
It looks good.
Okay.
And I have one question. Is it necessary to write two classes? For example, we have the
Oh, you mean
main class, yeah, and
not
then we
necessary, but if you want to be more specific, so sometimes like it's not clear where the article is, but if you do our services article, you can clearly see where it's located, kind of. And sometimes right now we have like a very small document, but if you have a lot of HTML markup, you want to be like more specific because of the specificity rules, so they don't overwrite each other.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I feel like this process bar should be a little wider here, or is it okay? I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we can make.
Because I think we set its width to. Okay, so how about if I just get rid of this? I think I just added the padding here. Where is it? Our process. Okay, so how about if I get rid of this? Oh, that's better. Right? Yeah, let's just get rid of this one. Because it wasn't bothering us in the mobile view, so it should be fine. Yeah. Okay. Are we happy?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oh, look, guys. They also have 3 articles here.
And phone in the corner.
Yeah. I mean, the phone thingy is a bit easy. You guys, I think, already like implemented something similar. So let's try to implement this. I think this will be interesting. Yeah, sorry, I've totally forgot about it. Okay, so looks like we need to add 3 more. So in our process, yeah, let's add one more div that says process description. Okay, inside which let's add 3 articles. Okay, so like H4 and some text, right? Okay, so a paragraph with lorem pen. Okay, so maybe lorem 20. Okay. So I'm gonna copy that. And what does it say? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm just gonna copy that article. 1, 2, 3. So we want to place those articles somewhere like relatively close to these circles. How would I do it?
Reflex.
Okay. To the process description, right?
Yeah.
Let's try. So process description, display, flex. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Space.
Hmm?
We need some space in the left side.
Yeah, so like if you see here, they have text aligned differently on each paragraph, you see? So this paragraph is aligned differently. This one is centered and this one is aligned to the left. So how do I do that?
We have to give each block article classes and then justify content, start, center, and end.
Yeah, we can do that. Or we can just select like nth child selector. Have you guys covered this one?
Yeah.
So basically what we can do is we can say process description inside which we have an article, not article, just article. And we can use the nth child selector. So nth child allows you to select out of these articles, like first, second, third article, etc. So let's say if we want to select the second article, what is it complaining about? Oh, okay. So we can do text align center. Up. Is it center? I think so.
Yeah.
And for the third one, so for the third one, we want to do text align right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, let's give some breathing room to the process description. So let's give it some padding of 10 pixels. Okay, yeah. Why there's so much margin here? Where's that coming from? Hmm.
H5 or H4.
Yeah. The padding, right, is crazy. Yeah, so process description. Article H4. Was it padding? Yeah. Let's do padding 0.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So now we can switch to the desktop view. I mean, it all like almost looks good, right? I think we can stretch those list items a little bit, maybe. Oh, yeah, but also we need to work on these articles, right? Okay, cool. So let's stretch out those list items. Okay, I'm just gonna copy that and change a couple of things. Okay, so how do I switch to desktop view now?
The same way.
Mhm.
Data and width.
So desktop view starts at around like 1,100 or something, 1,200 or 1,100. I'm not sure. You guys will have to look it up. Up. And okay, so I'm gonna copy that. And let's give it a bigger gap, so like 10 pixels. And a bigger padding, so like 20 maybe. Okay, yeah. I think this part can stay the same. What do you guys think?
Yeah, looks good.
So now this, so this one article, second and third articles, they should be on the same line. How do I do that?
It's perfect.
So we have, is it our services? No, that's about us, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be flex direction row in this case.
So if we do display flex, by default, it will, I think, change to flex direction row. Yeah. But now, okay, so what's wrong with this part? Why is it so small?
Maybe width. Width is not set up, yes.
Mm-hmm. So did I set a width to it?
No.
So which one is that?
This one is
About us.
So I think because I set
about us and image. Maybe you set the width to the image, and it's because of this.
yeah, I think so.
Like
But
image.
where is that image though? Oh,
It was
here,
yes there.
here. Okay, so I think, but if I change it here, I'm not sure if that will even change. Let's try.
It will not change because of hierarchy, like because its width is inline.
Yeah, because
Yeah, because of hierarchy.
so now we have to change that. So like originally, okay, so about us image, let's set the width to, oh, 70%. And now let's set it back to 100%. No, why is it not changing?
No, actually the image is changed, but the text itself is remains.
Did the image change? I don't think it changed.
You can try it like 50 and look and then 100.
Is the image itself small? Wait, what? Okay, let's change the view. I think the image is still like really small. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm confused because like, why is this section so much smaller than these two? Is it because there's like text in them and this one is like just a small image? But like initially, the image was really,
Yeah, image was big.
yeah.
I think that it's not because of image. I think that there is a different thing, and
So it's
like is it possible to like set the width to every element in the flex like in this solution?
Let's see. Yeah, sure. I mean, we can just say, so like about a section, article. It's not article, just article. So what if we just set the width to 30%? Okay, that's better. Sort of, right? How do I create space between them?
Gap.
You can use,
It,
yeah.
I can
therefore,
either say gap, like 10 pixels, for example. Up.
just for content space between.
Oh, sorry, right here. Yep, 10 pixels. 20. Okay. Yeah, and we can also say justify content. Just space evenly and not even like using any gap. So it will, distribute available space between them. Okay, does this look okay?
Yeah, it's actually okay, like magic, but can we like resize the image so it aligns with like other divs, or it's okay?
Oh, you mean the height?
Yeah, height.
Okay. Actually, we don't need the width property anymore, right? Because we're not doing anything. So how about height? So how high is it supposed to be?
Actually, I'm always like confused when it comes to use pixel or like percent because you can use both, and I'm like looking, and sometimes like pixel is working and sometimes like the percent is working, like, and like when the pixel is not working, I'm just switching to the percent and it's working, and like till now I couldn't figure out like where and how to use this, like percent or pixel.
Good
It's
strategy.
super basic thing. It's a basic thing, but anyway. Okay, I will figure it out.
Good strategy.
Better? Should I
Yeah.
make it smaller? Like 180?
Could we see the original one?
Oh, you mean the
Yeah.
in the
Okay. Okay, then originally it was bigger. I'm sorry. I thought that it's like same with other. I'm really sorry.
No, I think it's a good idea. I think it's good to align the image with the buttons. So how about this button? How do we make sure that it's on the bottom of the div?
Like just I think that this like icons are coding to this. No? How do you think? Like
No.
icons below. No? Okay.
So if you look at the divs about us, you see, the articles are the same
Ah.
height. So what
It's because text, like it's because of text itself, you see, but it has extra line in the second, and in the third there's no like extra line, so
yeah.
that's why.
We have
Mm-hmm.
to use. Oh, should we make a calculation under the with the view for tool?
What we can do
Um,
is we can do about us section article display, not display, position relative, and then about us section article button position absolute bottom 0. Yeah. Better?
is it similar? Yeah. Oh, in one line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because of this box here, it looks like this one looks higher, but I think that's the same line.
Looks good. Maybe we can make some margin button for a whole block about us.
Okay. Data section. Oh. Margin.
Maybe some background color for the next block.
Okay, yeah.
Our services gray also.
Should I do more? Early? Okay, and you want to do background color for this part?
Maybe
So
gray.
our services, right? How about light gray? Okay, and let's fix this box. So let's see. So right now our services has display flex and the article is 80%. Okay, how about icons wrapper? Oh, not here though. Has a width of 70%. So icons wrapper. Let's set the width to I don't know, 40%. Yeah. Do we want to
Maybe, yes, maybe smaller.
on the
Uh,
side?
yeah, spaces
Mm-hmm.
in the middle also.
Where is that coming from? Hold on.
Nice. Next.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get rid of space between icons?
No, just make it like narrower. Maybe like get rid of the space on the sides.
Maybe we can do
As I remember, it is flex like it was a heavy. I forgot the word. Space evenly. Just for content space evenly.
Yeah, but I'm wondering where is that? I think because we gave it a display flex to the row, it's kind of stretching the whole thing. So like even if I give the width of like 20%, oh, better. Should we keep it this way, or do you guys wanna have like more space between them?
yeah, we
I guess it's okay, but like in order to make space, it's enough to just change the width of this text, like of this.
Let's see, our services. Up. Yeah, our services currently has a display flex, right? So what we can do is we can just add justify content, either space around or space, let's do space around and see. No, space between. Our services. Do you have a class name article? Okay. How about if we just say gap 20 pixels? Okay, so what if we get our services? And was it article? Yeah, article. And give it a width of, I don't know, 50%. And now, is 50% okay, guys?
I think yes.
And now we can do justify content. Let's see, right now. Why is it not moving them to the sides though? Am I confusing the properties now? No. It's still display flex, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We didn't cancel it anywhere, right?
No.
So why is it? Our services. And there is one div. And then there is another div. Why is it not moving them around? It's interesting. Okay, I think this last part looks almost okay. We just need to add some space. But other than that, I think it looks good. Yeah, I'm confused about this part. Why is it not moving them? Oh, hold on. I think the margin auto is preventing, you see, in the icons wrapper.
Yes, yes. Margin auto. Like why? Just not to change the margin to the like margin right, maybe.
Oh, sorry, I got disconnected. 1 second. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, yes. What if why not just to change the margin not here but like in
Okay.
okay, got it.
So it was moving around, right? The margin outer, because this one was always centered. So that's why we wouldn't see the effect. So now if I would move it like space, let's say around or space between, now we can see the effect. Okay, good. So at least know the reason. So the root cause was margin auto, but we still need it because we need it for that mobile line.
Excuse me, so you just deleted the margin auto from the mobile? Like I mean like from the
No, we will keep.
main CSS.
No, we will keep it. I just commented out, but we will keep it.
Okay.
So here, it's here. So we just need to get rid of this one. Can we just do margin 0? Okay, cool. So I think space around is a little better than space between in this case. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's keep it this way, and you guys can play with these paragraphs, move them a little bit closer to like this line, the progress line. And yeah, that's it. I think that's it for today.
Yeah, Abba looks great. Great.
Oh, so now we're supposed to have a view for the mobile. Oh, 1 second, let me. So we have mobile view, like so. Yeah, looks good. Do you guys want me to zoom in a little?
Yep.
So here's the mobile view. And today we built it with like mobile first approach. Looks like you guys need to add some padding here as well.
Mhm.
Or oh, because we added them later. That's why we added them with like, so this is for iPhone. Let's see iPad mini. Yeah, it actually looks good. Yeah, so here's for iPad and just regular desktop view. Yeah. Okay, good. Good, perfect. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Hopefully this was an informative session. And now when you guys asked about, if you guys are asked about mobile first approach in an interview, you can sort of explain it in your own words, right? So it's good to try mobile first approach once, because it kind of helps you to understand what it means. Because when you read about it, it's like a little confusing. But today we built today's project with just mobile first approach. Yeah. So we prioritized mobile view over desktop view.
Mm.
And this may not be true for all of the projects that you will be working on, but it's just important to kind of know about it in case they ask you in an interview. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you very much. And could you please share the code?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll send it in a zip file after class
Thank you very much.
right now. Yeah.
It was so interesting. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I was really happy to see you today. Hopefully you guys will have a great week. So your plan for next week is, okay, so let's see. Oh, Grid and Flexbox. Okay. Oh, and Bootstrap. You guys have a lot of new topics.
And I think we start with the practice projects.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll figure something out for the next week. And then, yeah, so like next week we will just do like one more practice project, I think. Okay. And soon after 2 weeks, you guys will be starting JavaScript, which is
Yeah.
very exciting. You guys will love it. JavaScript is very interesting. And there will be some room for, logical muscles to stretch. So that you guys will enjoy it. Definitely.
I hope so.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. Like it's going to
Yeah.
be interesting. I can promise you that. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining, and hope I'll see you next Saturday.
Yeah. Bye.
Have a good week. Bye.